you know, on the last patch in this one.
I say Into the Victor, it's not necessarily Into the Victor.
Oh, that's a Corki. Okay, so which one is being played top lane?
Akali, I think, Into the Gnar.
Okay.
Ooh, the Chovy Vex actually
That
goes
is
so
a
hard in this
sick
round.
pick here.
Unless it's for Ruler.
But also, like, I don't think it really matters. Like, there are so many things that this Vex can, like, get value out of, right? There are dashes all over the place. They can utilize Sylvia's on the Lee Sin here. Let's get into the rift for game number 3 of day 3 here with Gen.G taking on KT. Some spinning being done as we make our way out of the fountains. And our first Corki top of the tournament is going to be an interesting one to see. Just the idea of have 80 carry in lane versus Gnar seems to have evolved quite a ways so far.
Yeah, we didn't have to, I think, with the Corki matchup for Gen.G see Chovy have to end up piloting the Gnar. It's not that LPL situation where they're like, I can't deal with this matchup. But Paulo is camping, and Keen's aware of it. Keen is 100% aware of this. That's why he's playing around here where he cannot be hit by the hook shot. Still, though, going to be pushed away from the wave, and that is really annoying. Bottom side, obviously, though, Fenrir needs to be careful. He has Cleanse.
Oh, really nice stun to come through from Paulo. And Keen already going to have a very difficult time.
Keen's like, I lived through the lane swap meta, it's fine. Fenrir has Cleanse. He might have to use it. Nope.
No taunt going to connect, just barely out of range there from Duro. Could have been a really rough time. But yeah, we can see that Keen hasn't actually been able to approach the minion wave at all. Sylvie's actually going to find Canyon here as well.
Smite advantage, he steals away the Gromp.
That is a whole lot of value. So 2 camps now belong to Sylvie. We'll be able to grab the 3rd one here for level 3.
We haven't seen, you know, Sylvie in the LCK in a while, but he was always one of our players that I think was... We considered him to be, frankly, somewhat mediocre compared to his tenure. He's been around for a while as a Challengers player, had a lot of time across multiple rosters in the LCK, but this tournament looking a little bit better, and I think he's always had the potential to really showcase a lot of early pressure, similar to Gideon, who ultimately replaced him, but showing it here, he's level 3. They're looking for a 3v2.
Yeah, level 1 on Duro. Polo has managed to hit level 2, finds that hook shot, but it's a decent shadow dash there with the heal coming out. Sero able to flash out of the way just in time. And Sylvie tanks up the last turret shot. That dive and a chance.
It's just not a winning game for Gen.G to 2v2 here. I think they need Canyon's help, but it's tough to actually make anything happen with a Skarner into a Corki in the top lane because he's so mobile, so... You know, if he kind of wastes too much time trying to go up there, then it also backfires for him. He's already significantly behind in farm because of the early pathing of Sylvie. KT with a pretty hefty early game advantage.
Yeah, looking pretty good so far. But Chovy does have that passive stacked up here. Let's see what they can actually find. So they look to fight over the Scuttle Crab. There's a Shadow Dash, finds a couple of taunts. There's the fear down from Chovy. Slammed into the wall by Canyon, who's now back on the board once again. But now it's KT. Their turn to try and find a fight as Sylvie burning down. Canyon looks for him. It's a double, though, for the Akali off the back end. And Huichan off to a great start in this game. Not able to find the slam, but Seru still goes down. And it's a triple kill for the Skarner.
Massive. Even though Gen.G pulled the gold back with that one, I feel like where the gold is favors KT.
I would agree. I do also think that this game is going to get more difficult for KT as the game goes on, so they're going to need more of this, start more of these fights, and that is not the kind of fight that you're looking for, as Polo does get that ignite down, but still Fenrir flashes in, gets the angle. Canyon is going to be able to pull him out, and he doesn't find the Mystic shot. Duro is going to be able to get that shield and keep himself alive, and so Sylvie unable to get the punish into Sylvie's jungle, and this Lee Sin is going to have way worse of a time as Polo was trying to protect, but he's still level 2. And Huichan still struggling here in the laning phase against Chovy.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough matchup as well to play out. Oh, going for the all-in.
There's the fear. Shadow Dash does come down, and there is the Shadow Surge from Chovy. Picks up the reset there at the same time, but I don't think he's going to be going underneath the turret to kill Polo.
If Duro wasn't there, it's a great play, but since he is, does end up backfiring as Huichan just feeling the pressure there, wants to go for the all-in. Now Sylvie looking for Ruler, but does not have level 6.
Oh, Sylvie, nice sidestep there to get out of the gravity field before he does get on over with a resonating strike. And Ruler, does he have another shield? That is the question. The death ray is good. Oh, sidesteps the Q and makes sure that he goes 1 for 1.
Actually run him down and auto attack him down if I sacrifice myself, and he did. He didn't have flash, didn't have kick yet.
Oh. Bit of a battle here. Polo moves into position, but we have Duro coming up as well. The Mega Gnar comes in. There is the Gnar into the wall. Sarah not able to get stunned from that one, but the house lands onto Polo, and he's in a lot of trouble. The Aftershock gonna wear off. True Shot Barrage almost kills Keen, but it's not enough. The house is gonna miss onto Polo, but now Canyon turns up, and he is absolutely immortal, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't find the boulder, but they accidentally kill the Corki.
The lane wants to be able to keep that. But that was a huge win and a big bounce back here for Gen.G. Second of which, okay, maybe the third.
Yeah, Polo is likely to be very, very dead. Yep, Canyon going to be able to find that one. And now the rest of KT are going to show up. Canyon does need to flash. The Impale doesn't quite work, and that is a kill going over to the Corki. A lot of damage from Chovy here, but Keen now getting that hop in. Doesn't have the Nava, but does not need it, as there's another Shadow Surge, and Chovy gets on over there. They do manage to take down the Shen, but I think Gen.G is still saying worth.
Honestly, this whole day so far has been Challenger's hands against LCK Macro.
And Huichan, yeah, looking for an angle towards Chovy here. Exactly right. Trying to charge up that passive as best he can, but the 5-point strikes are coming down. Still, Chovy able to get himself out of there. KT will be able to push him out of lane. That is definitely good. Never mind. He's still just going to be walking back, trying to hold Huichan at arm's length. This is a dangerous one, but the Gnar is going to be able to pick up the Akali, throw her back, and give the kill over to Chovy.
The margins in this game are so thin.
Oh, dear. Chovy going to be taken down here by Polo. Shadow Dash doesn't connect there, so Duro unable to finish off that kill, and so Chovy will be punished in the end.
Yeah, not going to be the end of the world here. Definitely still a win for Gen.G, but at least they get something back. Acero is really in trouble.
He very much in trouble. No Impale here on Canyon, but no life here for Sero is almost a guarantee. Keen almost falls down, and Canyon going to be the one to pick this one up, just playing for safety.
The amount of times we've seen KT almost kill someone is so high. It might be here as well.
Yeah, Ruler is now able to make it back underneath his turret yet again. The Q is going to miss, though, and Ruler's just happy to walk back towards Fenrir because Duro's coming back down. There's the Shadow Dash, and Ruler just somehow survives.
His Akali in the mid lane. Now Sylvie the target.
Oh dear, Canyon is just going to land on this Lee Sin. There is Huichan moving in though, does find the Shuriken backflip onto Duro, who just Shadow Dashes his way out. Gen.G just trying to keep them at arm's length as best they can. Good Qs connecting from Chovy, but that is going to be the kill. Going over to Sylvie to start this one up. Canyon biding his time as Chovy going to get dashed on here by Polo. Needs to be very careful, gets the great fear onto Sylvie, but still will be taken down as Fenrir is able to lock that one up in the end. Now Keen's making his way forward. Sylvie will be taken out, but can they get anything else off the back end? Fenrir playing this one absolutely beautifully. The Wallop connects though, and that should be enough to take him down. Keen lasts for a very long time, but will be taken out in the end. And Canyon, they just can't kill him. He's an absolute monster in this game. As Huichan, can you manage to take out this Skarner? That is a question. This turret, which is the dangerous thing, so he'll be moving up towards the top side to try and challenge Ruler.
No kick.
Yeah, we'll be trying to get his way out of here. The cripple is going to slow him down. There's a Stand United as Ruler trying to stand in position. Oh my God, Ruler!
Click on him.
You are not allowed. You are not allowed to survive.
30 health. He's probably like at 20 at that moment. And Valkyrie here, so trying to attempt a dive would be crazy, although I think Canyon could tank about 17 turret shots.
Yeah, and a lot of Corkies as well, as we can see here. Keen, now in possibly a bit of trouble, but instead going to try and turn this one around. Great Shadow Dash, the Wallop comes down, the kick to try and save the Akali. In the meantime, that is a very dead Corki on the top side as Keen could be in some trouble. Hextech Ultimatum onto Ruler as they're looking to attack the weak side. Talking about, like, LCK talent as if KT doesn't have, like, Sylvie and Polo have a fair bit of experience, to be perfectly honest, as now Duro's gonna look for an engagement. Polo is in a lot of trouble, but does manage to hookshot over the wall. The Sentinel gets mad at him. Hextech sweep to slow down Duro on the approach, but Ruler is able to lock down his third kill of the game. And that is going to be 19 here for Gen.G.
Fenrir is on 6 kills, is close to 2 items in this game. So a little bit scary here as Ruler also needs some help.
United, yeah, Sylvie now in a very awkward position, gets taunted up. Canyon throws the Rift Herald into the outer turret in the mid lane, but that kick is not going to get the knock up onto Ruler. In the meantime, there is Fenrir also being taken down, as Sylvie going to have to get himself out with a safeguard. Fenrir flashes out of the way of Canyon, who just walks up to 2 people and cares not at all. Picks up 2 of them with the Impale. That's absolutely beautiful. Huichan is dancing around the battlefield. Sero makes his way in. Polo with a Hextech Ultimatum goes untargetable for a little bit, but Canyon is still remaining immortal in this battle. And Gnar is going to pick up another one, and Keen is feeling a whole lot better in this game as well, as Canyon, yeah, actually immortal. Like, there is no way that you can kill him. This Heartsteel is a problem. He is 17 kill participation in this game, and it's 17 minutes.
Yeah, maybe he should have just built.
Canyon is almost at like a kill participation a minute.
He should have just built damage. I mean, I guess Heartsteel is
He's
damage.
got 300 stacks.
Yeah, it's. I do start to think that KT might not be where they want to be in this game, to put it bluntly, as Keen.
True shot barrage.
True shot barrages have not been great this game.
Oh dear, Chovy gonna find the Shadow Surge onto Polo. Polo does have a few buttons, survives for quite a while as Fenrir has way more consistent damage than Chovy does. All still looking to charge up that passive, will be able to find it here, and just blows up Polo as he looks to make his way in. The flash out of the way to make sure that Chovy survives, and Gen.G will get another one.
The peel from Gen.G this game has been so insane. Obviously, Canyon is giga-fed, so it's easy for him to do it, but
look at how much he cares about anyone on KT. Not at all. Finds the max range Impale to hold him in place, picks him up, puts him down.
Chovy, we're not going to allow it. We've got a minion wave here to block these as real shots. I got a Skarner to block these as real shots. He's just going to be killing the minions, best case scenario. It's a 10,000 gold lead now here, 20.
Oh god, yeah, he is just picking up rocks and throwing them at KT. Shadow Surge for the engages. Chovy gets in there, lands on top of Sylvie, but he's taking a lot of damage. Goes golden, but I don't know whether it's going to save him. The Gnaw from Keen, though, that will! And that is going to be so many on the floor of KT. Canyon will be taken out, and Chovy will fall as well. No, never mind, Canyon is definitely very alive. It's Sylvie that fell down. And Gen.G are going to look to break open the base. Fenrir now trying to deal with Canyon. And yeah, that is not quite going to work. Ruler as well, just dancing around in front of Sarah. Fenrir does fall, and this Skarner is just such a problem. Can we write down the POG right now? I think we probably can, as Polly not able to find the hook shot. Ruler just sidesteps it.
If I had the paper, I could, but it's going to be coming in here real soon as Ruler is totally fine.
Is absolutely gorgeous. Ruler once again surviving.
20 health.
20 health.
Totally
yep.
fine.
Sure.
Never worried.
How many times has he done that this game?
Mechanics was really fun, but ultimately Gen.G have just outplayed them here, and now this Baron, difficult to contest. Sylvie is on Lee Sin with Flash, so maybe he could get a steal. That's what they're praying for, but Keen says no.
Yeah, Sylvie gonna have to use that safeguard to get himself out. Polo is just going to die. Not a whole lot he can do about it, and Keen is going to be able to lock down that kill. And now Canyon gets involved, flashing over the wall, doesn't find the Impale, but Fenrir gonna have to get himself out. Now Sylvie going to kick him away, gets into the pit. Canyon's nowhere to be found, and KT are gonna steal away the Baron. I think most of them will die, but maybe this is an opportunity for KT to get something back if they can defend the base.
Killing the Baron's not fun, Canyon says. He wants to kill Fenrir.
And he's going to do that. Ruler is going to be able to do it as well, and lands that death ray quite nicely. Gen.G, I mean, there's still a minute and a half left on the Drake, but that steal away of the Baron, I think, is a big deal here.
It's definitely going to be helpful defensively against this push. Fenrir not up for 30, though. Maybe Gen.G against Baron can start breaking open the space. They are going to be able to get the inhibitor, the first one at least. KT will be able to survive unless somebody dies here, but you know, I think Canyon's move cost them fairly heavily there, since he just wasn't there, and Sylvie was like, oh, okay, it's my range.
Yeah, I think Canyon agrees with Azael, saying that the Baron just isn't very important. And as we're seeing here, I guess maybe it's not. Because, yeah, they're against Baron, and they just took 2 inhibitors. There's a naked inhibitor towards the top side of the map as well, so 3 lanes of super minions could be on the cards. I think sieging these Nexus turrets could be a difficulty, as now KT have everyone back again. Let's see whether they can win themselves a fight, as Polo gets a little scared from Chovy. Ruler has a pretty nice item as he makes his way back into this fight with that teleport, as Chovy's been lit on fire, but should be all right. Flash kick is going to connect there onto Keen. Shadow Surge from Chovy. He goes in with about 0 health. Sylvie tries to take him down and is successful, but Canyon gonna be able to kill him, then gets the Impale, and now Keen finds the Gnaw to pull them out of the fountain. Gen.G pick up the ace, and they're going to say goodnight to this game. But ladies and gentlemen, are you not entertained? 55 kills at 24 minutes.
Crazy game here, but Gen.G do ultimately dominate it in the end, but KT kept it close. That was such a fun one. I said it many times, but I'll say it one more time. If a few things go wrong, though, for Gen.G, if a few of those low health bars don't end up surviving, right? If Ruler dies 2 or 3 more times, if Keen ends up dying on the top side there, as we saw several times where he almost did, then this game ends up being very strong for KT. They were actually almost at a breaking point where they started to pull ahead. They couldn't actually pull it off. Are we surprised? Heartsteel plus a lot of Qs. He was pressing Q, he was throwing rocks.
He was poke Skarner. 16, 1, and 2. Yeah, it's
I
kind
don't
of
even
insane.
remember how he died, to be
Dude,
honest.
1200 DPM! Yeah, 1200 DPM! And he
1200
took
DPM
the
on
same
starter.
amount! Oh my god, he did everything!